What makes tenant representation different than the typical commercial brokerage firm is a typical commercial brokerage firm has a lot of biases. If they're representing the landlord and they try to represent you, well, that's a tremendous conflict of interest. Matter of fact, if it was attorneys, well, we all know that attorneys can't represent both sides of a transaction. Why? Obviously, because it's an impossibility. You have to have a fiduciary relationship to one side or the other. So when a commercial brokerage firm has an exclusive to represent a landlord, their fiduciary is to that landlord. Matter of fact, their fiduciary, and you could understand this if you were hiring them to sell or lease a space that you had, is to get that landlord, that client, the highest possible price. Quite understandable. That's why they're getting hired to do that. A tenant rep, on the other hand, their fiduciary is to you, the corporate client, whether that's a lease or a purchase. So tenant reps have your interest at heart. Is someone that sits down with you and first, before they do anything else, they find out what you truly need. We like to explore what we call key site drivers. For an office, for instance, you'll want an amenity package. That is so important in today's environment when you're competing for top talent. You want to know that you have daycare, that you have gym facilities, great restaurants, how is the parking? So these are key site drivers. So finding the right space is the first step, but it's not the only step. You have to negotiate a great lease. Keep in mind that landlords have sophisticated brokers who are experienced, who are working for their interest. In addition to that, they hire top-notch attorneys that specialize in commercial real estate. And those attorneys know how to write a lease that is landlord favorable. As we like to say, there's many different ways to skin the cat, and they know how to do it. So you need someone on your side, one that's very well versed in commercial real estate, to be representing your legal interest. But a great tenant rep will be their right hand, pointing out the business terms that they know are acceptable in that marketplace that are favorable to your interest. Now, the nice thing about using a tenant rep for renewals is it takes a burden off your shoulders. Sure, you can just pick up the phone and call the landlord. They would like nothing more than that because there's no competition in that. If they feel that you are a captive audience, they're not going to offer you the best terms. You wouldn't if you were in their shoes, right? If you felt that there was no competition. The only way that they will give you the best possible terms for staying in place is if you develop the maximum competition to do so. So you really want a fresh look at what the current marketplace is, and that's where a tenant rep can bring all that information to you and lay it out for you to see. So can a tenant rep help you find office space? The simple answer is absolutely. They can help you not only find office space, but they can help you save 20%, maybe even 30% on your rent. How do they do that? Well, they maximize the competition for your tenancy. They are going to search out the marketplace and find all the suitable sites for you. They're going to bring them back to you and you're going to analyze them with the tenant rep. Then you're going to go out and explore these sites firsthand after you've culled down that list. But the first step, well, really the first step is to listen to your needs. The second step is to maximize competition for your tenancy by finding all the sites. Now, a tenant rep who specializes in office space is going to typically find anywhere from 2 to 4 times the number of sites that a conflicted broker might present to you. One of the questions that we often get is, well, I have a great relationship with the landlord, so why don't I, the tenant, just negotiate with the landlord? Well, number one, you never want to negotiate with friends, and it's not a great way to keep friendships. Having a tenant rep on your side levels the playing field for you and lets you have the tenant rep objectively search the market for you and find all the landlords that want to compete for your tenancy. It lets you maintain that friendly relationship with the landlord, but in a very friendly way. You can tell the landlord they have to compete for your business, just like they did the first time when you went there. When it comes time to renewal, you really want them to compete just the same. So putting a tenant rep on your side levels the playing field for you and still lets you maintain a great relationship with your landlord. To learn more about how you can save time and money even on your own, please go to our resources page. We have plenty of ebooks and videos and blog articles to assist you. And when you're ready, we're there if you want to book an exploratory appointment with us, which only takes about 10 minutes.